APC youth leader marries two wives same day in Abuja. The youth leader of the APC Gaki Ward, Honorable Babangida Sadiq Adamu, on Saturday married two women same day in Nigeria. Adamu, a real estate broker, married Malama Maimu. Okay, I can't really pronounce their name. He married two wives on the 6th of March, and the first wedding, Fatiha, took place at Kado Juma Mosque, and the second wedding was held at Gaki Village Central Mosque at 1:30 p.m. A grand wedding reception was held at Apple Resettlement Town Hall, Abuja. And of course, there's so many pictures of this. So what does this do for us as Nigerians? That's my question. Like, how is this our business? Because that's what I really want to know. Like, how does this, how, because it's not even like the news is not relevant. The news is trending. And it's like, why? Like, what does this do for us as Nigerians? And I feel like we need to be very, very careful. We need to be careful because, again, it's very strategic, and I am very observant to how the government, I do genuinely believe, is putting out tactics to distract us even more. And you know how Nigerians are with weddings. When it comes to weddings, we are number one. We know what that is like. So that is a strategic target to get our minds. And again, is an APC youth leader, gets our minds, and then marries two wives in the same day. So again, it's very, very strategic because every word strikes Nigerians and strikes a conversation that is absolutely irrelevant to what the climate is today in the country. So how does this relate? What should we do? If he marries two women, so what? There are more pressing issues at hand. And I think I want to use this to reiterate why we have to be very observant, protect our energy, and it's not everything that you fall for. So this is an example. It's a light-hearted sort of distraction. But then when you see that, certain attacks are happening in different parts of the country, and you're so angry at the government, and then at the same time, this government from this state says something so ridiculous, and then another government from another state says something to counter that, just to sort of, play good cop, bad cop, that kind of thing. So then they're literally harvesting our energies to get so angry, to get distracted with so many things happening in the country. Then we're tired of talking, our energies are drained, and we lose the topic at hand because we're distracted. And I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to be very, very observant, because things like this will continue to happen. It's not just going to stop because the government understands that there's power in the people. But then it is very easy to control a divided people. And then they literally strategically put in, policies or, avenues for divisive topics, divisive statements that would distract Nigerians to talk, harvest that energy into talking and not sort of, strategizing what is the next line of action. And then that has been a repetitive cycle. It has been used by the government and weaponized so much over the years to distract us and not even fight again. Because talking, you're so drained. You just end up doing nothing. And I've observed this even as a child. I observe this with adults. Politics is literally a conversation starter for any Nigerian, and then I don't even know how it is. I think it's a coping mechanism now that we just take politics as a joke in Nigeria, where we just talk about it because we want to, and But what I've noticed is that as a child, I just get so frustrated because I'm like, these adults are complaining about the government and they're doing nothing about it. Why? Because you're allowing your emotions lead, and the government is taking advantage of that because they know the points. They know what buttons to press, and you let them press those buttons. And then there's a cycle of first of all, they put in a statement, a divisive statement, or whatever statement that distracts you from what you're meant to be focusing on in terms of holding the government accountable or just your daily life. And then when you get that, your emotions lead you to reacting, discussing with somebody else, getting so angry about the situation, rather than understanding what the intention of that is. And then you get tired, and then you stop talking, and you go back to daily life, and then the cycle continues again. They're putting something divisive, you talk about it, you react, your energy is gone, you get tired. Again, it continues, and that has been a cycle that has happened for so long. We've let it fester, we've let it even pass on to the next generation. This is what we're not gonna do this. So this is what we're not going to do. So again, this is just an example for us to be observant and just understand that everything is not a coincidence. Things do not just happen. Things do not just happen. And we can't just be like, oh wow, what a surprise. Things do not just happen. The government, they know what they're doing. They know us. They are a reflection of us. They come from our cultures and our tribes. They know what buttons to press. Positive or negative, they know what to do. And they've used that for so long to oppress their people. Facts. Of course, there are comments here, and the comments are loading, but still, it's something that we just can't afford to get distracted. And that is why the government does not take us seriously, and that's why they continue to underestimate us, because we keep talking and we don't do anything. And so that is why NSAS protest was such a shift for them, because I believe that, you know what, the new ones in power, they haven't been prepped because they've been trained to understand the dynamics of the people, in terms of that, you know, the people of Nigeria just talk. So it was a huge shock to them, because the ones that were there since the country's independence, and the ones that were trained, they did not even expect to, you know, to see Nigerians react in such a way where it trended worldwide. People went out to go protest, and they willingly embarrassed themselves. Or they just embarrassed themselves. And I think that I just hope that we've learned to I think we're still learning, but I feel like we need to learn to help ourselves. As much as, yes, we do need all the help that we can, but we have to understand this world, everything is compromised, and getting help comes at a cost. And we need to understand that. We really do need to understand that. Again, we can't be able to get distracted. We need to be very open. We can't be selfish. We need to have these hard conversations. If we really want to move forward, we have to demand that the president comes live to speak. We have to demand that for every election, there must be a tangible debate. Not that one party decides not to come. If you don't come, you're out of the race. We need to actually make in demands. We need to get it together. So when it comes to, you know, news like this that just distracts us from what we should focus on, like, what should we do? We should jump up in the air and go and give them what? Bash or be for what? I don't understand. We can't afford to get distracted. And that's basically the aim of this video. Put what you think in the comment section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe.